And now, let's just double check it. That's working. That's working. And that's working. Cool. Okay, so at this point, you could just make these guys round locators like this, and you could have individual control of each piece, and basically just go up and down the hierarchy using your arrow keys like I just showed you. So if you wanted to curve the spine, you can just select and rotate, up and rotate. But what I'm going to show you how to do is connect these two locators' rotations to this guy, so that both these things are going to be controlled by this one. And the way you do that is through channel links. Let's open channel links. Let's choose this guy and load it as a driver, because we're going to use this to drive these two. Let's choose this one and load as driven. And basically, if you want the rotation of this to control the rotation of this. So we're just going to link rotation X to rotation X, add link, rotation Y to rotation Y, add link, rotation Z to rotation Z, and add link. Now you'll see, when you rotate this guy, they're both rotating. And now we just want to do the same thing for this one. So we'll load that as driven, and do the exact same thing. Rotation X to rotation X, rotation Y to rotation Y, rotation Z to rotation Z. And let's test it again. Yes, he's bending proper like. So there you go. So yeah, you could, model some cooler interlocking pieces here. You could have this piece, and then it comes down into like a ball joint, and the ball fits into this piece, which comes down to another ball, which fits into this piece. So you could do some cool stuff with this, but this is just a basic version. Oh yeah, and then let's go over to our groups and choose these two guys. Add items, and then we're nice and clean again. Alright, now I'll show you the other version. Okay, so we're back at the beginning with robot completed, which is downloadable, and we're going to do kind of a rubber gasket flange. I am unclear as to what the technical term is, as I am not a plumber, but that goes from the body down to the hips. And so first we're going to select this geometry and grab these polys, basically just the bottom one, and we're going to bring it up like so, and we're going to run this flange between these two pieces. So let's just show this, and we will duplicate it, and we'll bring it down, and we will scale it. And you know what, let's do all that stuff in Polygon. So we'll scale it like so, make it nice and skinny, and we'll bring it up like that. Let's look at it from the front so we can see exactly what's going on. And in here like this, you do want to make sure that there is some overlap between, that is sinking in here quite a bit. And you know what, he's still too wide. I want him to be just connect to the hips like that. Okay, so now we're going to add the ribbing to our flange. So we'll just do a edge loop, and let's bring up our modeling tools so we can see what's going on. Yeah, 19 is good. You want to do 19 because then it's every other one works out properly. So we'll say, yep, that's good. And then we will shift select every other one. Nope, too far. We'll loop that, and then bring it all in like so. So now we have our rubbery looking stuff. Cool. So I'm going to close that up. We'll go back over to model, because I don't know how to get to this list in the animate tab, which is what we need to be at. So let's choose all that, and we're going to, not a UV map, a weight map. And let's do new map, and we'll call it Flange. And let's change our mode to vertex map so we can see what's going on here. We're going to do a fall off, a linear fall off, and we'll drag that up like so that all the weight is going to be up here, not so much weight up down there. And I'm just going to do a linear. I did an ease in or ease out in the last one, and I wasn't really happy with the results, so I think we'll just do a linear, see what happens. And bring up the weight tool, and to do that you hit Shift W, or you can go up here somewhere in there, vertex map I think it is. Yeah, weight tool. And set that to 100, and then click in the viewport. And quit. We're done with that. We can hit escape to get rid of our fall off. So what we want to do now is select this item, and under deformers we're going to add vertex map. And what that does is it brings up a locator here, and this locator now controls this piece. You can't see this in model, so get out of model, go back to animate, and grab your items, grab this guy, and as you can see, as you move this, that will move. And yeah, once again, to show you, if you're in model view, that's not going to show unless you have your deformers set to show. But in animate, you should be able to see it. Okay, so what we need to do now is just parent these things together properly. So first off, we need to, since this was copied from here, it's still parented to this torso locator, which is incorrect. It needs to be parented to here, because we want the bottom to stay stuck to this guy. So let's choose that, we'll choose that, and we'll hit P. And then we're going to choose this and that, and we're going to do a dynamic parenting. And the reason that you're using a dynamic parenting is because this deformer needs to stay inside the torso object. If you bring this outside of this object, it won't work. So if you just straight parent this to this, it's going to bring the deform up to underneath torso, and then it won't work. So dynamic parent allows you to keep the hierarchy. See, the deformation is still inside torso, but it's dynamically parented to the torso. So that's what's going on there. And then when you move this, ta-da, should be working good. And yeah. And so yeah, grab that guy, go back up into your groups, where you grab that guy. This is so annoying. That, then add items. Okay. So yeah, there you go. So there's two ways of doing a cooler torso than what I showed you earlier. Hopefully you got something out of this. Alright guys, we'll see you on the forums. Bye.